Hi everyone, welcome back to Generational Power. I'm Jane. I'm going to talk to you guys today about homeschooling. So I am a first generation. I am an American citizen. I am very lucky to have parents who prioritized education in our family, and that's why I think I've done so well. But in America, we have had zero improvements or decline actually in an international school out of 30 countries in an international level. We are average on the PISA scale. We haven't improved in reading since 2000, math since 2003, and science since 2006. It's almost 15 years, 20 in some ranges, where our students haven't improved at all. I am a huge fan of Kimberly Kylack. I don't know if I said her name correctly. She's running for Congress in Baltimore, and she talks about how basically 9 out of 10 boys don't read at reading level, and 0% of the children in Baltimore counties are eligible for are proficient in math. I think that is crazy. Like we spend over $13,000 per student, and that's on average nationwide per student. Yet we still do not know how to read or write. So when I talk about homeschooling or micro school, these pods, I really direct a lot of parents to the Woodbury School. Woodbury School is this school in Boston where basically from a younger age they teach kids more about autonomy, learning through play. They don't have like this structured time. It's student-directed learning versus a mandatory curriculum. They mix the age groups of the kids so that way younger kids learn from older kids, like all of us have in real life, by learning how you're exposed to older kids, the way they think, the way they interact with one another. The older kids protect the younger kids from bullying. It's very instinctual, self-reliant. There's not, the teacher that is there as a resource. While here we have 3.5 hours of homework, standardized tests, 8 hours of school every day. Kids are played by age group. We have imprisonment learning. And then in comparison, like I looked at this video of a bunch of kids from Finland, which is one of the smartest education school systems in the world. They have 10 minutes of homework. They have unlimited access to libraries. They have no standardized tests, 3 hours of school, 20 hours a week. It's also student-directed learning. The kids decide what they're interested in, what they're passionate about. It's a forced education until you're 7 years old, which is kind of like the Woodbury School's hunter-gatherer education until you're the age of 6. So kind of like a Boy Scout, Girl Scout kind of education early on. The quotes from the kids in Finland are, "We're treated like adults. We get time to be kids. We learn how to critically think. We have to know the material and not just fill in the bubble." So I talk about homeschooling a lot because I think I'm very curious, and I don't know if I could find this out like naturally. I would have to look at some database, but if you took away first generation kids in general, and immigrant kids from our education system, and took away the kids that are in a private schools under K through 12, what would be our national reading and writing average? Because I think right now the way that our education system has failed our students, our teachers have failed them. I don't care if they need to be paid more, pay them more, take it away from the administrators, but at the end of the day, if education is inequality and our kids can't even read or write, how do we expect them to do anything else properly? If we have such flawed fundamentals in our education system because we try to diversify all these different topics. We have 2 kids. We try to teach them like engineering, coding. We try to teach them essentials and leadership. They swap science and social studies every other semester, right? But then they have like race theory basically every day. Like, it's the prioritizing and allocation of resources then just trickles down. Just, we give more money and it trickles out. But again, like, if you care about your kids, you would want them to be able to read and do math, right? Just read and do math. The rest, they could learn on their own. It's self-directed learning. That's what they have in China. That's what they have in Germany. I don't understand how teachers can say they need more resources, but they fail to talk about this failure to even meet an international level competency in reading and math. Like, how can we focus on all those other things when we can't even get the fundamentals correct? Okay, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.